Hello, Frags of Beer family. Welcome back to Beard Wizard Reviews. I'm your host, Zaymot, also known as Trevor on social media. I wasn't 100% prepared today, but welcome to the show. There we are. Wanted to get that up. It is Friday, which is new release day on Beard Wizard Reviews, so we're going to take a look at a new release, maybe two. I might try to get in a second stream later because there's been a lot of new releases recently. But welcome to the show. This is a live review channel, or show, not channel, but show, where I take a look at music and art and different things from mostly independent or smaller musicians and artists and creators. And we talk about them and I give you my thoughts on them. It's not a reaction channel, though you guys may call it that. That's fine. I don't care. I just don't want you to get the wrong impression. I am listening to these ahead of time, sometimes many times ahead of time, and giving you my thoughts based on what I know and what I've read and what I've listened to or what I've heard. Biggest way to support the channel, click that red subscribe button. I need, 22 more of you to get me to 900, where I'm going to give away 9 copies of my book, Embers of Liberty. Dystopian novel, really great story. I've heard great things about it. Obviously, I'm going to say that it's my book, but I have heard good things about it. It's got great reviews, so take a look at that. And when we get to 1,000, hopefully before the end of April, I'm going to give away 10 copies of my book. Some of those will be physical copies, so keep clicking that red button and joining the Frags of Beer family. Welcome, Napalm Brothers. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. If you're in the live stream with the Napalm Brothers, say hi. Let me know you're here. If you're watching the recording, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. And we're going to take a look at this. In God We Trust from Tom MacDonald, Adam Calhoun, Struggle Jennings, and Nova Rockafeller. I will pause as necessary. We'll talk about it. Here we go.
They separate us from our neighbors and they call it social distancing. It's actually a bigger plan. It's called social conditioning. They took away our privacy. There's always someone listening. The elections planning riots for the citizens. The government has always lied, it's history repeating. But the problem is the schools dumb you down so you believe them. If you try to speak the truth inside a tweet, then they delete it. Whole administration Satanists who claim they praise in Jesus. Every year there's a new name for enemies that we're facing. It's Al-Qaeda, then ISIS, and now American patriots. Who would have thought those who love the country the most would be hated on by folks who call America home? Both political parties are equally just as evil. They've been working for themselves, don't give a damn about the people. Black, white, yellow, brown, humanity needs you, because united we stand, divided they will defeat you.
Damn, there's a lot to unpack there before they jump into the chorus. I've always liked Tom's ability to put so much truth in what he raps and what he writes for his songs, and there's a lot there, especially about both sides or both parties being evil, being bad for us. It's been a long time since George Washington, and he warned us. He warned us that political parties were going to ruin this country, and he was right. And we didn't listen, and we let it happen. And you're right, Napalm. He makes a lot of good points. They delete tweets are being deleted or being flagged for misinformation. Posts on Facebook if they don't like what you said. Just people, not even news. Part of me can sort of understand when a news agency posts a lie or something that's wrong, that it may get flagged. But when you take what an average citizen just says, right or wrong, and you flag that for misinformation because it's their opinion and you don't like it, that's a problem. And that's kind of where part of what he's going into with this is against facial tattoos. I'm not a huge fan of facial tattoos either. I have tattoos. I have several tattoos. Oh, you can't really see them. I have several tattoos, but I'm not a big fan of facial tattoos. Man, that was weird. There you go. They're turned weird in my arm, I guess, when I turn my hand like that. But yeah, I'm not a big fan, but hey, I don't care. Do what you want. That's, to me, do whatever makes you happy. I don't care. You're not breaking my arm or picking my pocket. I don't care. But yeah, he's got a lot to say in here before they jump into the chorus, and a lot about how things are really screwed up right now, and all kind of weighed against us as average citizens, people here.
Stand divided, they will defeat you. The man on the news says the problem is me. I'm just a small town boy with big American dreams. The world's going crazy and they lying to us. Don't know who to believe, so in God we trust. Y'all missing what?
I'll go back to Adam real quick. I just wanted to, in this section here, I really love hearing Nova's backups here. And I like this chorus. At first it was a little odd with the West of the Sun, but I like it. I like the way it works. But I like hearing Nova on the backup. I really hope we hear something new from Nova. I love Nova's stuff. We just haven't heard anything new from her in a long time, and I hope we do soon, because I really dig her voice. I love her songwriting, and her musicality is fantastic. So just wanted to point that out. I really love Nova. Hopefully we hear more from her soon.
Y'all missing what was written in them pages. That was history they wrote, now you want to change it. You racist. You hate this. Why you want us all to be locked up in cages? I can't stand the left, everything they say's depressing. Ship them to the Middle East, they can learn oppression. Believe me, I mean this quite literal. I love liberty, but I liberals. Wear a mask, stay home, complain and moan. Talk about privilege on your phone in your Range Rover, Starbucks, mango, foo-foo, whatever. The cloth I'm cut from can handle any weather. You just paper in the rain, we ain't the same. Stand for the flag, only kneel when I pray. I just pray we go back to the old days, land of the free, home of the brave.
The man on the news says the problem.
I'm not a huge fan of Adams. He's on my list to look at and to get more into his catalog, because I've only listened to a couple of his songs. I do like his style. Some of his songs I'm not entirely sold on, and some of his ideas I'm not entirely sold on, but that's going to be the nature of music. I don't agree with everything Tom says either, but I do like Tom's work. I like what he says here in a lot of cases, and I like the way it's delivered. It's a very steady or slow beat. It gives you time to sort of absorb the lyrics and what they're saying, and absorb the rap and really get into it. But he does make some good points here as well, along with Tom, basically, about how they're dividing us, how they're labeling us. You know, every time you disagree with somebody, they label you as some sort of ist, a racist, or a sexist. And it makes it impossible to have legitimate discussion with people. And that's probably the biggest point that in Adam's section here is when people label us like that, they make it impossible for us to talk to each other. They make it impossible for us to have discussion and to find common ground, because every time you're having a discussion with somebody, you're worried about whether they think you're, a problem, or you're, homophobic, or whatever it might be, because you just don't know what somebody's going to say about you or think about you. Napalm Brothers, the only way to win the culture war is to create culture. I mean, that goes back to the only way to counter bad speech is with more speech. It's right. The only way to win the culture war is to create a grounded and solid culture that speaks to people, that makes people feel comfortable and at home. But then again, they'll label you as racist for trying to create a culture that you feel comfortable with other people, because they think you're trying to exclude people. It's just, it's one of those things where you can't win with some people. You just can't win with some people. And those people, you just kind of laugh at them and walk away, because they're useless members of society when it comes to that.
Home of the brave.
The man on the news says the problem is me. I'm just a small town boy with big American dreams. The world's going crazy and they lying to us. Don't know who to believe, so in God we trust.
Yeah. I see through all the illusions, refuse to hear rumors or accept that we're losing. Easy to get caught up, consumed by the consumer. Truth is so diluted, people starve off the confusion. Comfort is the killer, your dreams execution. Cool with persecution if I make a contribution. Home of the brave look like a mental institution, and there will be revolution if we can't find resolution. And a threat is a promise, stand up, pay homage. They tell lies, I'm being honest, test of time is upon us. I know that God got us, so I'm fighting in his honor. Hear the cries of the crusaders as we're strapping up our armor. Either set sail to higher ground or drown in their drama. If I die for what I love, then my death will be nirvana. We fighting for our freedom, don't believe what they've been feeding. Be the change you want to see, the warrior that we're needing.
The man on the news says
I agree. Napalm Brothers, the one of the lines in there, the big American dream, I like that. Some people misinterpret that. It's unfortunate because they intentionally I don't think people misinterpret the idea of the American dream. People are intentionally trying to change the idea of the American dream into something negative, and I wholeheartedly reject that. The American dream is something for everybody in this country to shoot for and to experience. It doesn't matter where you come from or what you look like. That's the point of this experiment that is our country. Struggle here. He's also on my list to take a look at. I haven't really gotten into his music yet. His voice is interesting, and I like his delivery. I'm curious to hear more of his stuff going forward, but I really like what he's got here. I like what he's got to say as well, and it's, again, delivered in a very clear way. That's one of the things that I'm not a fan of mumble rap. I don't like speed rap. I don't like mumble rap. I want to understand what you're saying, and so far all three of them do a fantastic job on their delivery. I like the beat. I like the music behind it, and again, back into the chorus. I love Nova's backup vocals, so really she helps set a tone against the deeper and harsher voices that kind of gives it kind of this beautiful melodic quality that isn't there with the rest, and it helps balance that out, and I really like that.
Warrior that we're needing.
The man on the news says the problem is me. I'm just a small town boy with big American dreams. The world's going crazy and they lying to us. Don't know who to believe, so in God we trust. We don't trust the news, the government, or pharma. We just want freedom, that you have that to offer. We don't want the lies, the politics, or the drama. We just want the life that was promised by our fathers. We don't trust the news, the government, or pharma. We just want freedom, that you have that to offer. We don't want the lies, the politics, or the drama. We just want the life that was promised by our fathers.
I think there's a lot of, and I agree, napalm mumble rap is just garbage. I think a lot of people feel what he's saying right here, that, you know, we're tired of being misled. We're tired of being lied to. We're tired of politicians making promises that they don't keep. I think a lot of people feel that way, but they feel powerless to do anything about it. You know, it doesn't matter how you voted, because somebody else, you know, the most popular nut job is going to win anyway. And it doesn't necessarily benefit anybody, and people are still do it. That's what kills me, is people still vote for the same problems every time, and those of us who are tired of it, tired of being lied to, and tired of the garbage, feel helpless, because there's not enough of us that are standing up and saying, hey, wait a minute, why are we doing this? Why do we keep doing this to ourselves, you know? And I think a lot of us feel the way that he's talking in this particular section, and I know I do, 100%.
The man on the news says the problem is me. I'm just a small town boy with big American dreams. The world's going crazy and they lying to us. Don't know who to believe, so in God we trust.
Fantastic song. I actually like this a lot better. I didn't do a review of Tom's last song. It just didn't catch me. But this one I really enjoyed. I like this one a lot. It's very different from most of what we've heard from Tom over the last couple of years. And I like that he's working with other artists. I know he said a lot of times he doesn't do collaborations, but I don't think there's anything wrong with working with other artists of like mind and like attitude to sort of produce something interesting and new. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think it makes Tom weak for doing that. I think it brings us some new and interesting music to listen to. It's fantastic. Napalm Brothers says, I'm pretty positive things can't get a lot worse if we hold fast and stick to what we... And I agree with you too. I don't... A lot of people out there are hardcore naysayers. They're like, oh, things are just getting bad. Luckily our system is designed in such a way that it's really difficult for things to become unhinged very quickly. And, you know, I wish we had more protections in place, you know, give me term limits in Congress, things like that. But luckily our system is designed in such a way that in order to really drastically change things, it would take something extremely drastic, and we would know when that's happening, because it would be pretty obvious. So I think we're lucky in that respect. We're not like a lot of countries that are unstable and don't have those things in place. So thank goodness for that. But yeah, I agree. I don't think it could get a lot worse. I think it will stay the same. Unfortunately, I think things are going to just stay the same because they've been the same for so long, because people just keep repeating the cycle. And that's the worst part. I don't think things are going to get better. I don't think they can get much worse either, though. I agree with you. So thank you guys for joining me, Napalm Brothers. Anybody else who joined the live chat, thank you so much. If you're watching the recording, leave me a comment and make sure you subscribe. Get us to 900 as soon as possible. I'm going to give away 9 copies of my novel, Embers of Liberty, in audiobook and ebook format. And when we get to 1,000, I'm going to give away 10 copies, which will include some actual physical signed copies from me. So click that button, join the Frags of Beer family, and let your friends know. Go check out Tom's stuff. I put a link in the video description to this song. Let him know the Frags of Beer Network sent you, so he knows where the love is coming from. And I'll see you guys all again soon. We're going to take a look at Jelly Roll this weekend too. New one from him. So thank you so much. Much love. See you later.